last time, the PFF. It works out well. It's the best simulator, in my opinion. And I don't really have to follow their rankings, even though I don't like their rankings as much. I don't have to follow them at all. I can obviously go off of what I know or like what I've heard and just stuff like that. But let's start it off. Here we go. Start draft. Real easy. We don't even have to discuss this one. Trevor Lawrence is number one. He's already got the Jags playbook. This is pretty easy. This number two. It's been Zach Wilson for so long, and this one hasn't really flipped at all. Obviously, they did look at other quarterbacks as well, but this one's been Zach Wilson for so long. I don't see any reason for this to not be him. He seems like their guy. Alright, here we go. So in the last one, I know I went Mac Jones here because there was just so much hype around it, but I'm done falling for that bullshit. It's bullshit. Fields is the best prospect on here, man. I don't know. I don't know who started the goddamn Mac Jones rumor, but dude, it's Fields. I'm sorry, Fields is the best quarterback on the board here, man. The whole Mac Jones thing is just, he fits Shanahan. He's a good fit for Shanahan. Shanahan likes him. It's just a bunch of bull, man. Justin Fields is the best quarterback on the board. Mac Jones is not going number 3. He'll probably go in the first, but we'll see. We'll get to that. So with the Falcons here, I want to think that they might trade back. They really seem like one of the teams that could trade back. It depends who wants Trey Lance. Do the Broncos want to get Trey Lance before maybe like the Panthers? Do they think the Panthers are going to try to snipe him? Are the Lions going to try to snipe him? Maybe they don't believe in golf for the future. It really depends. I think if anybody's going to move up, it'll be the Broncos. If the Falcons, I think if they can move back to 9th and then get like a future first, they'll probably be cool with that. They'll probably take that. But we're just gonna say there is no trade on the board, and we're gonna say they go with Pitts. They need a lot of help on defense. That's why it would be perfect for them to move down to 9th, flop with the Broncos, and get like a future first, and just more first round picks, the better, really. And they don't really need the quarterback. They got Matt Ryan, obviously. He's got a few years left. They're gonna get Pitts. Pitts is just another insane weapon to add. It just makes the most sense if they aren't able to trade back. I think they will. Maybe I'm gonna do another one of these mock drafts before the draft on Thursday, probably. So don't be surprised if on that one I actually have trades. But I'm gonna chill with the trades on this one. And another one right here, the Bengals. It's so tough because their line is just so bad. You have to protect Burrow, but do they want to just get Chase? Who knows? I mean, they're not super set at receiver. I mean, they got T. Higgins. I mean, they need weapons, but Sewell, generational talent. You gotta get him. Dolphins are on the clock. Move back from 3. This is right where they wanted to be. They knew a bunch of quarterbacks would be going in the top. They liked multiple guys on the board. They added a first-round pick, and they still are going to get probably their guy. They're either going to get Chase or Pitts. It seems. I know they don't even have that as a need here, but they have a bunch of receivers and tight ends, but that's not who they want to go with. I mean, they got a receiver, they do a Fuller for a year. Parker, just injury prone, he's inconsistent. Jeremy Grant, that's the basketball player. I can't, what's his name? Oh, Grant the receiver. I think I'm mixing them up. Yeah, Jeremy Grant's the basketball player. But whoever, Grant, the guy, you guys know what I'm talking about. But they have a bunch of receivers. They got Gesicki, tight end, but Pitts is probably going to play receiver anyways. They're going to take one of these freaks off the board. There's no reason. I mean, maybe they draft more linemen, but their isn't that bad. Their line is very young, so they're counting on those guys to just keep getting better and improving. They have a very young line, but it feels like Jamar Chase here. I don't know why they would go. I know it's not a need, but they gotta go chase the Lions. This is a really interesting one. Lost Galladay. They need receivers, but they need a lot of help on the defensive side as well. And it's interesting. Do you think the teams really look at Micah Parsons and think there's like some problem with the guy? I say no. I don't think they're looking at him and they're just like, oh, this guy's a problem. But it's interesting. It really depends what Detroit wants here. It's like, they got Goff. They brought Goff in, but they really need to like get him weapons. Are they really going for wins this year, or are they trying to maybe start building up the defense with a generational talent in Parsons, and play for the future? Basically, do they reach and get a corner? How much do they like Surtain? It's interesting because we have no idea what really goes on in these war rooms for these teams. We don't know what they're thinking. We're just gonna say they like a corner, and they're gonna come down. They're gonna get Surtain. Boom. They're gonna take Surtain down to the Panthers. There has been some talk. Maybe Panthers snag Trey Lance anyways. Alright, they got Bridgewater on the roster. They're paying him a bunch. Darnold's on the roster, getting quite a bit of money. They would have to move one of them if they were to snag Trey Lance. I don't think they do it. They might go corner here. I don't know, because in terms of receiver, they have a bunch. They really do. They have DJ Moore, David Moore. They got Robbie Anderson. It doesn't feel like a need, and there's no tight ends really on the board here. Maybe do they go all the way down, take a corner here? Maybe they like Farley. They're not afraid he's injury prone. Maybe they like J.C. Horn. They're gonna go receiver here. We're gonna have them go receiver, and they like Jalen Waddle. I know they got Robbie Anderson, DJ Moore, but hey, lost Curtis Samuel. There's no reason they can't get an elite wide receiver early on here. I see no reason why they shouldn't. So we're gonna have them take Waddle at 8. That gets us to the Broncos. This is interesting. It's like, how much faith do they have in Drew Lock? Do they give him another year? Last year, the year before last year, let's start there. He finished off the season. He looked pretty good. He looked alright. He looked like he could be the guy. Last year, showed some flashes. Didn't really take a step up, I don't think. Maybe he did. Maybe he regressed. Who knows? But you can't really blame. I wouldn't make any big decisions off of what happened in the last season. There was just so much going on, all the COVID stuff. It's just hard to think. Like, would they really just ditch Drew Lock? Do they really like Trey Lance? We're gonna say yeah. I think they do. I think they take him. I think they're gonna give him a shot. Lock will start. Lock will get the nod first, and then if he just doesn't play well, Lance will go right in when he's ready. Maybe they sit him a year. Lance is kind of seen as one of the more raw prospects at the QB spot, and he's one of the guys that could really benefit from a year of holding the clipboard. So maybe they give Lock a year and see what he does, but who knows? Who really knows with that pick? We get to the Cowboys now on the other one. I completely base their pick off of Jerry Jones going nuts. Not really going nuts, but like seeing Devontae Smith on the board, and he just calls up the GM and is like, guys, give me the Heisman winner. They're not going to do that. They need some defense. Maybe they like Parsons. Doesn't have them as an immediate need, but honestly I could see them taking Parsons for sure. But feels like a corner here. Anybody else feels like a reach at this point. Like Moerig's not going 10th in the draft. That's not gonna happen. Maybe they like Farley, who knows? But Kwity Paye, he's not gonna come up this high in edge. OA 10. No, those are all insane. Just really the only one that makes sense for them is J.C. Horn. So they will go with a corner and a good one at that. And this is crazy because Rashawn Slater, some people think he's not far behind Sewell. I'm not good at evaluating tackles or just offensive line in general. I can't do it. So all of my opinions on offensive line guys are just from what I hear. So, but Slater, apparently not too far behind Sewell, and he falls to 11. Feels like a great pick for the Giants. It really does. They're gonna grab him. The Eagles. This is an interesting one. This is really interesting because, hey, they got some needs at wide receiver. They got some needs at linebacker. What do they do? Do they like Devontae? You'd have to think. It's crazy because Devontae Smith and Micah Parsons could easily go top 10. They could. They really could. So for them to fall outside to 12, this is part of the reason why the Eagles traded back. They added some more picks. And they're still gonna get a pretty solid player. They clearly like most of the guys on the board. They were cool with trading back. It's interesting. I'm gonna think they go with they're gonna go Micah Parsons. I think they go Micah Parsons on this one. And then to the Chargers, they need some line. They need some corners. Probably don't want to reach on Farley. Probably a little too far up for him. So they're definitely going to be looking at tackles. And in that case, they got Darrisaw here. Not bad at pick 13. That's definitely a solid pick. We got the Vikings. They also need some line help. They need an edge safety. Another interesting one because, I mean, what are they prioritizing of these things? Do they want to come up and just, do they see Moerig and they're just like, he's our guy, you know? Do they like Moerig? It's just, we don't know. The further we get into the first round, the harder it gets. Maybe, they need edge. Do they like Kwity Paye at 14? Could he go 14? Do they like Oweh? Who knows? Jalen Phillips. A lot of hype around Jalen Phillips. Could he go all the way up here? It's really interesting. Maybe they see Devontae Smith on the board and they're like, screw it. Let's just get him. Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen. Holy shit, that's pretty good. Probably don't do that, but it's really getting wild at this point that Devontae could actually fall this far, and at the same time, he could easily be going number 8. I think it's really tough to say, but I think here they are going to get Paye. I think they're going to grab Paye, get an edge, and here we are at the Patriots. You got Devontae Smith on the board. You got Mac Jones. We have a ton of receivers. But Edelman just left. What a door that is open here. You'd have to think they'd take him unless they are really sold on Mac Jones, which I don't think they are. Or I don't think that they are. I think they go Devontae here. Here we go. Cardinals, tight end, inside D, cornerback. This is interesting. there's just no need for D linemen, no immediate need. And also, I'm hearing this entire draft class is really thin at D line, so I'm feeling the Cardinals go with Barmore here. Why not? Feels like the right pick. We get down to the Raiders. They need some line and they need some secondary. This could be Morig. They could be calling his name. Maybe they want to reach on Farley. Who knows? They're probably going to stick with defense. Maybe they like Vera Tucker, and they're really feeling that line. But we're going to say, I think they're going to come here and they're going to snag Farley. So I like the pick too. I really do. And then we get to the Dolphins. Interesting here. They got a receiver. Obviously, early on, got Jamar Chase. Still could probably use some guys on the line. Their line is fine though. I don't think their line's that bad. They're just really young. They're probably looking defense. Probably looking edge. I think maybe this is OA. Maybe it's Jalen Phillips music. It is. I think that's who they go with. Alright, all the way down to the Redskins. The Redskins, they got Fitzpatrick. They got Heineke on deals. What are they doing this year? Are they trying to win? Like Fitzpatrick's on just like a 1-year deal. Heineke, what's his, like 2 years, I think, or something. I don't know, but if Mac Jones is at this pick, like, do they want him? What's their plan? That's what I want to know. I mean, they made the playoffs last year. What do they even think of Mac Jones? I do like this pick. I like Mac Jones in this pick. I don't know if they'll do it. I'm gonna say they do. And it'll be just like the Dolphins. Fitzpatrick is gonna be the dude starting. Maybe it's Heineke. Who knows? They honestly can live with having a 3-quarterback room like that. Fitzpatrick's on a 1-year deal. Heineke, whatever his deal is. I mean, they can have both those guys compete over the starting spot, and Mac Jones, he'll sit behind him, kind of learn the system, and probably he should be better than Heineke. Heineke's not bad though, but Fitzpatrick will be gone the next year. Then Mac Jones can start. Heineke can continue to be a solid backup. I like this pick. I don't know if this will happen. I honestly don't think this will happen, but I like it, so I'm gonna do it. Alrighty, down to the Bears. The Bears, man, they would probably like getting Mac Jones at 20. But if the Redskins were to not take him, for sure. But they need some receivers. And I do like the Bateman pick here, just because I don't think Robinson's going to be there next year. I really don't. I don't think they're going to end up keeping him. Maybe they like Vera Tucker. Who knows? We don't know. But we're going to say they go Bateman here. I think they all like Bateman. And up next, Colts. Wide receiver, tackle, edge. Probably tackle and edge. It'll be between. Do they like Vera Tucker? Who knows? Maybe they like Tevin Jenkins. I still don't know anything about this dude. I just never look anything up. Look how low his rating is too. It's kind of crazy. But yeah. I think they probably go edge here. 21 feels pretty good for OA. Maybe they like Ojolari instead. Who knows? But this feels like a good spot for OA. He's just a raw talent. I think OA will be in the 20s for sure. Then we got the Titans. Need wide receivers, some O-line, some corners. Maybe they like Newsome. I think they like Vera Tucker. I think Tucker's off the board right now. 22 feels pretty good for him. Got the Jets. Need some secondary edge. Need guards. There's no good guards up high in this draft at all. And obviously QB, they addressed that with Zach Wilson. So they're going to be looking defense here. They're going to be looking for corners. Maybe that's Newsome. Probably Newsome. I mean, or miss him. Where the heck is Najee Harris? How low do they have this guy ranked? Jesus. Najee's going in the first. I think Etienne will fall to the second. But I think Najee, either the Steelers or somebody else who's like maybe a little desperate for running backs. Honestly, the funny thing is like the board doesn't have any team really desperate for running backs, but maybe they do wait to the second to try to grab him. But I don't know. I feel like Najee is gonna go in the first, and the Steelers pick really makes sense. Why would you want Benny Snell to be your starter? You don't want that. He's a good backup. He's a good third down back, whatever. But they don't want him starting. I guarantee that. I mean, maybe they're looking at free agent running backs that are still available. Who knows? But I think Najee's the pick there. We got the Browns. They need help on the defensive side. Well, JOK can help you. I think they're going to take Jock right here at 25. That's a great pick. I think he'll go 20s. Should be good. One right there. Oh, wait. Oh, my God. I just screwed that up. I thought I was on the Browns. Oh, no. All right, here's what we're going to do. I screwed this up. The Browns would have taken Jock. We're going to make the Jaguars pick in the Browns spot. Oh, my God. Great job, buddy. Great job. That's why they call me terrible. That's exactly why. So, Jacksonville got Trevor Lawrence. Maybe they want some help on the line. Maybe they like Moehrig. Feels like a good spot for Moehrig. Feels like a good spot. They do need safety. So that right there. That Moehrig is the Jaguars pick, and JOK is the Browns pick. Completely screwed that up. So here we go. We got the Ravens. Ravens have a really interesting situation here because they just traded for that Kansas City pick. They shipped Orlando Brown out. They weren't going to pay him. His rookie deal was about to be up. Really interesting situation here. I think one of these picks, it has to be a tackle. Obviously, it has it there as a need, but it has to be a tackle. Don't think it's Walker Little. I think Tevin Jenkins, maybe Samuel Cosmi. Who knows? Who knows? But we're gonna say they go with. We'll say Tevin Jenkins. We'll say Jenkins. But yeah, there we go. So they got basically a replacement for Brown. He's gonna be on a rookie deal. It'll be like they just. It'll be like they still have Orlando Brown's contract, basically. Saints, wide receiver, some defensive help. I doubt they go wide receiver first round. Just wouldn't seem right. But they don't really have great options here. I mean, what do they want? Nick Bolton at linebacker. The only one that really makes sense. I mean, maybe it's Asante Samuel, but he's kind of felt like a second rounder. That's kind of what the buzz has been about him. But I think Zaven Collins has been getting some hype for the first round. I think he'll go to a wide receiver, linebacker, or a linebacker needed team. I was reading the next thing, but yeah, somebody needs a linebacker. I think they'll snag him in the first. Here we go. Green Bay, wide receiver, linebacker, corner. Do they want a receiver? Do they need? Is that really what they want to do? I would think they would be looking at linebackers and corners. But I mean, who's really available at this point? It's just Asante Samuel. Maybe they just grab him anyways. Who knows? But the linebacker board, Nick Bolton, he's not a first rounder. And there's just nobody else that could possibly go. If maybe they want a wide receiver, who knows? But that's not the issue. That hasn't been the issue with Green Bay. They didn't really need. They could use a better receiver, but they need defense. And I think with linebackers you can usually get good ones, second to third round. Corners, that's a little different. It's tougher to draft corners. Maybe they go Samuel, but I think they'll just be like, terrace. This is tough. I think they go terrace. Then we go to the Bills pick. They need basically some help on the defensive side. Edge corner, perfect right here. Ojolari off the board at 30. I like that pick. For sure. Then the Ravens, they got their tackle. Could use some wide receivers. Maybe they take Moore here. I would like the Moore pick, the Elijah Moore pick. Maybe they like Rondell better. Who knows? But I'm certainly liking, or maybe they like Rousseau. Honestly, I could definitely see that. It just depends. It really just depends what these teams are thinking, man. But I think they go receiver here. Why not? Get another weapon. Buccaneers. This is interesting. They re-signed all of their starters. So you really just need backups, just general backups. They're probably looking at tackles. Why not? And maybe they like Radones. I don't know. Who knows? But I think they'll sneak down here. They'll snag Cosme. I think he'll be that final pick of the draft. It says they need a QB, inside D. I mean, there's just none available. And then safeties, there's just come on, Jamar Johnson, get out of here. But yeah, it just makes sense for them to just snag an extra guy for the line, get somebody for the future. Cosme's a good pick. He's gonna be a solid player. So let's do it. Let's see the grades. Let's see it. A+. Lots of A+. Oh, they don't like this Chase pick. What the heck? Oh my God, this is a 10, D-. Oh, man, they do not like these corner picks. What? What's wrong with Slate? What? This is ridiculous. What is it? What is going on here? What is up with this shit? Why are these so bad? I think maybe it's because I was messing with the settings, and I ran like a simulator before this, just for fun, because I hadn't done it. I wanted to see what they were putting or whatever, and I put like care for positional value. I put that up, but this still doesn't make any sense. Why are these Fs? These are fine. These picks are fine. Come on. Oh, Parsons at 12, D+. That's laughable, dude. This is not funny. Look at all these Fs. What is going on here? Oh, A+. Yeah. These make no sense. What is happening? Alright, whatever. I don't care. PFF, their rankings suck anyways. Yeah, okay. Bunch of they have all these are rated fine. Oh, they don't like the Cosme one. Well, whatever. This is ridiculous. It's just these Fs. These don't